Welcome to RankLens. Today, we count down the top 10 most consumed beverages in the world, from the ancient grains brewed into spirits to the water we drink every single day. Humanity's beverage choices tell an incredible story about culture, commerce, and survival. Today, we're counting down the top 10 most consumed beverages on the planet. We're looking at billions of liters flowing across supply chains into restaurants and homes, fueling everything from morning rituals to midnight celebrations. But here's the thing, not all beverages are created equal when it comes to pure volume. The scale might surprise you. So whether you're a coffee devotee, a tea sipper, or something in between, stick around, because the real story is in the numbers. At number 10, we have spirits and liquor, clocking in at 12 billion liters consumed globally each year. Now here's what's fascinating. The world's most consumed spirit isn't whiskey or vodka. It's baijiu, a Chinese grain spirit that dominates by sheer volume in Asia alone. The secret? Spirits have incredibly high alcohol concentration, which means you serve them in far smaller volumes than other beverages. A single shot of whiskey is equivalent to a full glass of beer, volume-wise. And this category encompasses an incredible diversity of styles, from baijiu and whiskey to vodka, rum, gin, and tequila. Every culture has its own spirit tradition, its own way of distilling and celebrating. That diversity, combined with the potency factor, keeps spirits at number 10 on our countdown. At number 9, energy and sports drinks, consuming 25 billion liters annually worldwide. Before 1987, this category barely existed. Then an Austrian company launched Red Bull, and they didn't just create a product, they invented an entire industry. Energy drinks exploded from there. Earlier, Gatorade had pioneered the sports drink in 1965. Helping athletes rehydrate and refuel during intense workouts. But energy drinks are the real growth engine today. In fact, this is the fastest-growing segment of the entire global beverage market. Billions in marketing, celebrity endorsements, and a culture that runs on caffeine and adrenaline have made these drinks impossible to ignore. From Gatorade to Red Bull to dozens of competitors, energy and sports drinks are now woven into how millions of people fuel their days. At number 8, we're sipping on wine. 28 billion liters consumed every year. Wine has an almost mythic history. Archaeological evidence suggests humans have been drinking wine for at least 8,000 years, making it one of civilization's oldest beverages. That story began in the South Caucasus, where the first grapes were pressed into something sacred. Today, the world's wine production is dominated by 3 nations: France, Italy, and Spain. These countries have perfected the craft over centuries, building reputations that shape global markets. But here's the catch. Wine consumption is heavily concentrated in Europe, where its culture runs deepest. Outside Europe, wine remains a niche beverage. The old world traditions of Europe still define what wine means to the world. At number 7, we have juice, both fruit and vegetable varieties, totaling 70 billion liters globally. Orange juice is the undisputed champion here, the single most consumed fruit juice variety on the planet. That might sound obvious, but the consistency is remarkable. Every morning, millions of people worldwide reach for OJ. Now, juice consumption is actually lower than water or tea, and there's a simple reason: cost. Juice is expensive compared to just turning on a tap. It requires harvesting, processing, bottling, and distribution, all adding up. The juice trade itself is dominated by 2 powerhouses, the United States and Brazil. Together, they control global orange juice production and trade, shaping everything from supply to price. Orange juice isn't just breakfast, it's an agricultural giant. At number 6, we're talking milk. 110 billion liters consumed every single year. India isn't just a consumer of milk, it's the world's largest producer and consumer by total volume. That scale is staggering. Humans have relied on milk from domesticated animals for roughly 10,000 years, nearly as long as agriculture itself. Milk has always been special because it's nutrient-dense. It uniquely doubles as both a significant source of protein and calcium. Two things every human body desperately needs. From childhood development to bone health and old age, milk has been woven into human nutrition across cultures. Whether it's cow's milk, buffalo milk, or other sources, the world depends on this ancient commodity for survival. India's dominance reflects not just scale, but cultural and economic centrality. At number 5, the world wakes up to coffee. 165 billion liters consumed globally each year. Brazil has been the world's largest coffee producer for over 150 consecutive years. That's more than a century and a half of dominance, making Brazilian coffee synonymous with global supply. But coffee's story is older and wilder than that. The plant itself, Coffea arabica, originated in Ethiopia, where it still grows wild in its native forests. Ethiopian herders discovered the plant centuries ago, and that discovery eventually transformed the world. Today, Finland consistently ranks as the nation with the highest per capita coffee consumption, meaning Finns drink more coffee per person than anyone else on Earth. From Ethiopian origins to Brazilian plantations to Finnish cups, coffee has become a global ritual, a morning necessity for hundreds of millions of people worldwide. At number 4, beer. 185 billion liters consumed annually, making it the most widely produced alcoholic beverage on the planet. Beer holds an almost sacred place in human history. It's the world's oldest known alcoholic beverage, brewed and consumed for more than 5,000 years. Some historians argue beer and bread emerged together, both requiring grain fermentation. But today, the numbers tell a different story about where beer truly dominates. China is now the world's single largest beer market by total volume consumed. That might surprise you, but think about it. China's population is massive, and beer culture has exploded there in recent decades. What really sets beer apart is this: it's produced in virtually every country on Earth. From craft breweries to industrial giants, beer transcends borders, religions, and cultures in a way few beverages do. At number 3, carbonated soft drinks. 220 billion liters of colas, sodas, and sparkling beverages consumed globally every year. This category is enormous, encompassing everything from colas to sodas to sparkling drinks from hundreds of global brands competing for your taste buds. Coca-Cola, invented way back in 1886, stands as one of the world's most recognized beverage brands, period. Over more than a century, Coca-Cola and its competitors have built an empire on carbonation, sugar, and marketing. Historically, the United States has been the world's largest market for carbonated soft drinks, and that dominance shaped the entire industry. But soft drinks aren't just American anymore, they're global. From Asia to Europe to South America, carbonated sodas are everywhere, served at restaurants, convenience stores, and vending machines. It's a category built on tradition, brand loyalty, and that signature fizz. At number 2, tea. 300 billion liters consumed every single year, making it the world's most consumed manufactured non-water beverage by total volume. Tea's story is epic. It was born in China, where it still remains both the largest producer and the largest consumer. From there, tea spread along trade routes and became woven into the fabric of civilization itself. Asia accounts for the overwhelming majority of global tea consumption, and it's not even close. Whether it's black tea, green tea, oolong, or countless other varieties, tea represents ritual, tradition, and community. 300 billion liters. That's an incomprehensible amount of hot water and dried leaves transforming into one of humanity's most beloved beverages. Tea has shaped civilizations, fueled revolutions, and connected billions of people through daily ritual. And at number 1, by a margin so vast, it makes every other beverage look trivial: water. 5,000 billion liters. That's 5 trillion liters consumed every year. Water isn't just the most consumed beverage, it's the only beverage essential for human survival. There's no competition here. Your body is roughly 60% water, and it demands constant replenishment to function. Every single biological process, from digestion to temperature regulation to cellular function, depends on water. All the spirits, beer, wine, coffee, and tea combined don't come close to water's total consumption. And that's not because we're being forced, it's because our bodies refuse to accept any substitute. Water consumption dwarfs all other beverages combined, reflecting humanity's most basic and non-negotiable biological need. It's not about culture or preference, it's about survival. This countdown reveals something profound about human civilization. Our beverage choices reflect where we live, what we can afford, what our ancestors passed down, and what our bodies demand. Water dominates because survival demands it. Tea and coffee dominate because of centuries of cultural integration and trade. Beer, wine, and spirits reveal identity and celebration across millennia. And energy drinks? They show us something different: a modern world chasing productivity and stimulation. These 10 beverages, from 12 billion liters to 5 trillion, move through global supply chains, shape agricultural economies, and connect billions of humans in shared rituals. What we drink isn't trivial, it's who we are. And that's the top 10 most consumed beverages in the world. If you enjoyed this countdown, subscribe to RankLens for more.